Fox 35 News Edge at 8 starts now.
Just in time for the weekend, here comes the cold. This system you see here will bring winter back to the Sunshine State. We're going to see temperatures in the 30s and 40s in Central Florida, and that's why we're declaring tomorrow and Saturday Fox 35 weather impact days. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 8. I'm Manny Martinez. Let's get right over to Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Noah Berggren for the latest. Hey, Noah.
How you doing, Manny? Temperatures tonight are doing not too bad. We're in the 50s in most spots already. 52 in Gainesville. Really cooling off fast up there. 60 in Kissimmee, 58 in Melbourne, and 60 in Cocoa Beach, where we're getting ready for the launch of the Falcon Heavy, which is looking like it's going to go off here in just about 7 or 8 minutes time. All right, Central Florida rain chances over the next few days. Just 10% tomorrow, 0 Saturday through Monday. Back to 20% for Tuesday. Temperatures out the door tomorrow morning, 40s north and west, low 50s around the city, low to mid 50s along the beaches at 7 a.m. Friday. Highs tomorrow, 57 Gainesville, 64 or so in Bithlo, 59 Orlando, 65 Titusville, a blend of clouds and sun tomorrow. Temperatures Saturday morning, 30s and 40s across the area, and there will be a breeze on Saturday, and this is what it will feel like. 36 degrees on the land, 35 Palm Coast, and 33 the wind chill in Gainesville. We'll talk much more about how long the cold is going to stick around for coming up.
Thank you, Noah. We'll see you in a bit. And developing tonight, the man accused of killing his 17-year-old girlfriend will stay in jail. A judge denied him bond today. He's Saul Garcia Macias, and he's facing murder charges for the death of Sofia Lugo. And as Fox 35's Deborah Cho explains, this isn't Macias' first run-in with the law. And an update tonight, this 18-year-old just made his first appearance in Brevard County Court today for the Christmas Day murders of 2 teenagers last year. Jamarcus Simpson is accused of killing a 14 and a 16-year-old at the compound in Palm Bay. Now, he was already in jail in St. Johns County on unrelated charges when he was arrested for those 2 deaths. Simpson faces 2 charges of premeditated murder. The motive for those killings is still unclear. Despite this latest arrest, the police chief says this case isn't closed. And developing tonight, the hunt is on for the 19-year-old accused of shooting and killing a man in Leesburg last night. This is Kevin Harrison. Police say witnesses identified him as the shooter. It happened around 8 o'clock on West Main Street. The victim died in the hospital. And developing at this hour, the hunt continues for this man. Ocala police say 39-year-old Albert Shell Jr. shot and killed another man inside a crowded mall on Saturday, just days before Christmas. There's now a $10,000 reward for information that leads to his arrest. And this all happened at the Paddock Mall in the middle of the afternoon, where people were finishing their holiday shopping. Police say Shell came into the mall and gunned down 40-year-old David Barron. A woman was also shot in the leg. She's expected to survive. Shell will be charged with premeditated murder when he is arrested. In Lake County, all of these drugs you see here on your screen, they were found in one house in Umatilla. Deputies say they've been investigating Robert Donaldson for 6 months, and when they searched his house, that's what they found. 1.5 pounds of cocaine, some fentanyl, a large amount of marijuana, a handgun, and $10,000 cash. Deputies say the street value of all those drugs is worth more than $50,000. The Lake County Sheriff's Office also carried out an undercover sting operation and arrested these 3 men. Deputies say they sold alcohol and vapes at a convenience store to an underage informant of theirs. According to a Sheriff's Office report, 29 stores out of 71 let the minor make those purchases. At 8:05, a news alert, a shooting, a love affair, a hostage, and a pipe bomb. That's the bizarre call police in Naples got from Senator Rick Scott's home. But it was all a hoax. Officers say someone called 911 saying he had shot his wife with an AR-15 3 times while she was sleeping. He said he was holding a hostage and demanded $10,000, and if he didn't get it, he would blow up the house. Officers responded and quickly figured out it was a swatting call. Senator Scott wasn't even home. He was actually at dinner with his wife. The Naples swatting call comes just days after 2 other GOP lawmakers had their current homes swatted on Christmas Day. The first false call was directed to New York Congressman Brandon Williams, reporting an active shooter in the home. Officers went to the house but didn't find anything. Then a 911 caller claimed a crime was in progress at the home of Georgia U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, the 8th time her home has been swatted. All right, Fox 35 mission control now. The Falcon Heavy rocket carrying a space plane for the U.S. military is about to launch in just seconds. It's been weeks since the initial set of scrubbed launches. Let's listen in. And that was the launch of the Falcon Heavy that the SpaceX has been trying to launch for the past several weeks now, carrying a secretive mission for the U.S. military. Those sonic booms you might hear in a couple of minutes will be when those 2 rocket boosters come back. So much power. Just over 2.5 minutes, or coming up on 2.5 minutes into flight. We will also keep you updated. It's a double header tonight on the Space Coast. A Starlink satellite rocket will go up. Falcon 9 rocket will go up just after 11 o'clock. That you can also watch live on Fox 35 on the late news with Marlisa Goldsmith. So we will carry those live as well. Moving on, though, right now, elected officials all across Florida are abruptly resigning before the new year. We're talking about the vice mayor in Naples, 4 city council members in St. Pete Beach, including the vice mayor there, 4 council members in Bel Air Beach, the mayor and a council member in Dunellen, 2 city commissioners in Daytona Beach Shores. And there are even more. Too many to list. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay explains how all of this is tied to a new law. Still ahead on the Fox 35 News Edge at 8 o'clock, it's that time of year where it seems just like everyone is coming down with something. What you should do to avoid getting sick. And later, a driver almost hits a kid getting off the school bus. All of it caught on camera. We're back in a flash.
Each member of the Fox 35 Storm Team is a hurricane expert. We know what to look for and what that means for folks on the ground right here in Central Florida. We've got the largest network of weather cameras anywhere in the region. We can see just about every neighborhood, so instead of just showing you the storm on radar, we can actually get down to the ground so you can keep your family safe. When the storms roll in, the Fox 35 Thunder Truck rolls out. You can depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team, built for Florida weather.
A health alert tonight. There's probably not many people in the office, but not because of the holidays, because there's a lot of sickness going around this week. And if you're one of them sitting at home not feeling well, there are some things you can do to speed up your recovery. Sleep is good. The CDC estimates about 5.5 million Americans have had the flu since early October nationwide. Here in Central Florida, the flu rate also increasing. At 8:17 now, let's check in with Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Noah Berggren. Not to brag, I'm feeling okay though after that story, and I haven't had anything, and now you know I'm going down next week.
You know, it's going to be interesting because the weather's so variable. You know, it's been warm, it's been cold. There's been a lot of swings this year in the eastern U.S. I feel like that might have a little bit of a part to it, you know, because there's so many. You go from really hot to really cold, everybody gets sick. Thankfully, we don't have much more of that going forward. Here's the view tonight from northern Florida. Got some showers off the coast of St. Augustine. We got some great photos of the SpaceX launch. I'm going to show those to you coming up on the news at 10. Really is amazing every time seeing any of that stuff, but that one was really cool. It cleared out really great to see that the last few minutes. We've got some showers down by Port Charlotte, Fort Myers area. We've got low pressure going through the Bahamas, looking across the central U.S., low pressure over Chicago, snow wrapping around that. Remember, low pressure rotates counterclockwise, so this snow is moving from north to south on the west side of that low. And all the cold that's producing this snow is going to be in Florida this weekend. Pretty cool to see this on the water vapor imagery tonight. When you look at this, this is telling you basically how much moisture is in the atmosphere. Yellow and brown is very dry air. It's not really cloudy that much. And where it's blue and gray, there's clouds and moisture. And notice this tongue of very dry air is actually snaking and curling its way all the way from, this would be almost Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean, across the Pacific, then up through Mexico, then into Florida. There's your swirl of that low over the central United States. You see the next big storm out here lurking over the Pacific, and that's going going to come across the U.S. later next week with some more rain and storms. All right, so through tonight, a few clouds passing by. Can't rule out a sprinkle, but I think we're pretty much dry. Tomorrow, a sprinkle is possible in the afternoon, but it's still partly cloudy tomorrow. It's not really till Saturday, especially afternoon and evening. The clouds get out, and we're rocking and rolling with tons of sunshine. Here's 8 in the morning. Sunday should be a beautiful day with bluebird skies, low humidity, and it will feel oh so nice for New Year's Eve on Sunday. So the 7-day forecast tonight, 59 tomorrow, breezy, 58 on Saturday, still breezy, small chance of a shower tomorrow. We're at 44 Saturday morning, 42 Sunday morning. It's beautiful and clear on Sunday for New Year's Eve, 62, 67. A few more clouds come in late in the day on New Year's Day. Tuesday, some showers in the morning and midday, not a lot, but maybe some showers, 65. Warmest day on the board is 70 next Wednesday, and I will screenshot this and share it as I'm learning fast. This will be such a nice memory in 6 months from now when every day on this graphic is 95 or 90 plus. So really, certainly a really nice stretch here with cool weather, not super cold, at least after this weekend. Looking towards the end of next week, there's a better chance of some storms and showers Thursday and Friday of the following week. Manny.
Thanks, Noah. Not bad for New Year's. Still to come, a Florida business is taking the farm to the table idea to a new level, and they say business is booming. You'll see how it works and how soon you could be on that subscription service.
It's your last week to win. The Fox 35 Holiday Cash Giftaway ends Friday. Space Coast Weather is sponsored by Reniger's Flea and Farmers Market in Melbourne.
Caught on camera in Minnesota, a group of students getting off a school bus, narrowly avoiding disaster. You can see an impatient driver speed down the road toward them, and the school bus has its stop sign out warning drivers. But that truck swerves around to stop van in the opposite lane. Wow. One of the students realizes what's happening and runs across the street, then another one sprints behind them. Luckily, no one was hurt. And in New York City, 2 officers are being called heroes after they saved a man in the subway. They were inspecting a station in Brooklyn when they saw a man right there fall onto the tracks. One officer jumped down on the tracks to get him, while the other helped pull the passenger back up. And these 2 officers, they were already heroes. That's because back in October, they also helped rescue a woman on the Brooklyn waterfront after she was trapped beneath a pier. And here's this, a new middleman between farmers and customers here in Florida. He started up a new business that's essentially a farmer's market subscription box. Michael Burkett and his team put together boxes of fresh fruits, vegetables, and other local items to be delivered to families across Florida. Farm Box Florida is what it's called, and it started a little over a year ago. Right now, the business has more than 400 weekly deliveries, and it's approaching 1,000 customers. What's inside the box changes each week.
Each week I try to mix that menu up, and then I also give them the ability to customize that menu. So if I'm doing, lettuce that week, but they want to substitute for kale, we'll always give them the ability to substitute something out. If we're doing winter squash, they may not want it, so they could substitute for a yellow squash or a zucchini. So there's many different items that they can substitute for.
Sounds like a neat idea, right? Well, right now they deliver to areas around Tampa Bay, but they're getting ready to expand to more parts of Florida in January. Coming up on Central Florida's only live local newscast at 8:30, an update on a wrong-way crash that seriously injured an Uber driver and his passenger. Why the passenger's mother says she's extremely upset after the other driver's day in court.
I'm a weather nut. I've been a weather nut as long as I can remember. I love giving facts about weather history and where we are climatologically. Weather can be scary. I'm looking out for you. I'm Noah Bergeron, and you can depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team built for Florida weather.
Fox 35 News Edge at 8 is brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors. Trust the leader.
Consistency is key. There really is this amazing energy behind working out. It really does keep me at my best, at home and at work.
Danielle Knox, Good Day Orlando.
Time now for the big story at 8:30. The woman accused of driving the wrong way on I-4 and crashing into an Uber driver and his passenger had her day in court. And as Fox 35's Deborah Cho learned, that passenger's mother is extremely upset. In Brevard County, this man from Titusville will spend the next 11 years in prison for leaving the scene of a deadly crash. Jaquise Witcher pled guilty for the 2019 hit-and-run crash that killed 56-year-old Bruce Calkins. Crash happened on State Road 520 in Cocoa. Witcher will also be forced to serve 8 years probation once he's released from prison. Across Florida tonight, a man is dead and a woman is hurt after crashing in a helicopter. And we're going from Fort Myers to Miami when something went wrong. They crashed into a canal in southwest Miami-Dade County, and Miami-Dade police haven't identified neither the pilot nor the passenger. The NTSB is investigating. A news alert now. Former That 70s Show actor Danny Masterson is behind bars at a California state prison tonight. A jury found Masterson guilty of 2 counts of forcible rape. The California Department of Corrections says Masterson is going through the classification and reception process. The agency says once that's finished, he'll be sent to another prison where he'll serve out his 30-year sentence. And troubled Tampa Bay Rays shortstop Wander Franco did not show up for his questioning this morning. Officials in the Dominican Republic summoned Franco following allegations of inappropriate relationships with at least 2 underage girls. Reports say Franco fired his lawyers before this summons. This investigation is still ongoing by Major League Baseball and officials in the Dominican Republic. The Federal Trade Commission is suing the largest Christian university in the country, claiming it used deceptive advertising. The lawsuit is against Grand Canyon University, and the FTC claims the school misled prospective doctoral students about how long it could take to finish an accelerated program. It also says the school deceptively marketed itself as a nonprofit. A lawsuit is looking to force the university to compensate students. Voting in the Republican caucuses in Iowa starts in less than 3 weeks. So right now are the make or break moments for presidential hopefuls. And former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley is doing some damage control tonight after critics say she gave an insufficient answer to a question about the Civil War. Fox 35's Rebecca Castor shares how Haley's responding. Across Florida, forget the ball drop. Polk County City is welcoming in the new year by torching, yes, torching old Christmas trees. The annual Christmas tree burning is back in Bartow on New Year's Eve. The residents pile up the pines at the bottom of a 40-foot pole, and then the fire department lights them all safely. The tradition has carried on since 1936, and right at the center is 82-year-old S.L. Frisbee, representing highlights from years past.
Something that my children enjoy and my grandchildren enjoy, and I hope that several more generations of Frisbees will get a kick out of it.
The tree burning starts at 6:30 Sunday night at Mary Holland Park. If you've got a tree for the torching, you can call the Parks and Rec office in Bartow to schedule that pickup. A home stands up to hurricane forces that destroyed everything else around it, and there's a simple reason for it. The home was designed like a boat to survive major storms. Fox 35's Chris Cato shows us the features that helped it withstand catastrophic hurricanes like Michael, Ian, and Idalia. That was Fox 35's Chris Cato reporting. Bonnie's home was one of the rare exceptions in Mexico Beach. Hurricanes there destroyed more than 800 buildings and also damaged nearly every single one. Still to come at 8:30, childhood sweethearts spent decades together, but it was all at risk when each suffered a heart attack around the same time.
Well, my happy place is waltzing with him. I guess I didn't feel any anxiety. I just knew that he was all right.
After back-to-back surgeries, the pair is right now on the road to recovery and ready to dance again. Noah.
We're tracking some cooler weather for the weekend and your New Year's forecast. It's coming up in a few minutes on the NewsEdge at 8.
Make sure you download the Fox Local app. It's a free and easy way to connect to Fox 35 News. Browse through Central Florida's top videos. Fox Local, it's got something for everyone. So make sure it's one of the apps on your smart TV.
We're here for you every weekday morning,
bringing you 6 hours of local news and weather coverage to help you plan your day.
Good day, Orlando.
All local, all morning.
New at 8, a Florida couple suffered back-to-back heart attacks, then went through back-to-back open heart surgeries, and they came out on the other side together just in time for the holidays. Fox 35's Jennifer Klevlis has more on their unique story turned miracle. No, how do you follow that?
I don't know. Talk about SpaceX launch. That's all I got. I don't know.
What a cute story.
I know, that's awesome. Yeah, and then, you know, it's awesome that the weather's been pretty good for New Year's this year. You know, last year it was really cold. It was kind of hard to go out, you know, do much. But this year's not going to be too bad. So
that's good news.
Yeah, you got any plans for the holiday this weekend? Anything
we'll
good?
See.
The old TBD, is that the deep tease till later? We will see. Is that what they call it in the news biz? The old deep tease. All right. Temperatures out there now are in the 50s in most spots. It's 59 in the city, 60 in Cocoa Beach, 55 in New Smyrna, 51 in Gainesville, 55 in Ocala. Temperatures for New Year's Eve night, 52 at 10. Probably dipping into the 40s after midnight, then 46 if you're going to be out really late on a Sunday night into the wee hours of Monday morning. When the ball drops Eastern time, this is what it'll feel like across the U.S. 28 in Denver, 32 in the city being at Manhattan in New York. 22 in Chicago. So, you know, it's going to be pretty cold across the Central Plains, you know, the Midwest, really cold. But outside of that, you know, it's not too bad. I mean, it's chilly for Florida standards, but nothing unheard of. 54 now Palm Coast, 58 in the Villages. Rain chances over the coming few days. Teeny tiny chance of a sprinkle tomorrow. It should be dry Saturday through Monday, and then Tuesday next week brings a 20% chance of a few sprinkles or showers. Temperatures tomorrow morning, pick the town out closest to you, 40s north and west, 50s elsewhere. That's at 7 a.m. Friday. Highs tomorrow. A big spread, as is usually the case in Central Florida. Close to 70, Space Coast to Brevard County, upper 50s, Ocala and Gainesville. Saturday morning, we've discussed this at great length, and I've said this 1,000 times. It's going to be chilly. Is it anything, you know, unworldly? No, but it's going to feel pretty cold. Here's the feels like temperatures: 33 Gainesville, 36 Ocala, 39 in Sanford, Lake Mary, Altamont, 41 or so in the city. All right, the rain from earlier has pretty much moved off the coast, and we've got some showers coming in down by Fort Myers, but it looked like earlier some of this might form and extend further up north along this line, but it has not. So the majority of that rain is going to stay south of Lake Wales and Winter Haven as we go through the night tonight. So there goes our system from earlier. There's high pressure out across the Rockies. That comes in for the weekend. But this storm that's swirling over Chicago and Indiana, producing snow showers tonight, that cold pool of air comes over Florida by the weekend. And you can see that big swirl here over the Midwest. And then the next one is way off the coast of the California coast, but that swirl out there is going to come in for next week and be our next big chance of rain, probably about maybe 9 days out from now. So 8-9 days out from now. So tomorrow, a blend of clouds and sun. Here's 4, maybe a sprinkle tomorrow, but I think most spots are dry. Saturday, the idea is we clear on out through the day, and then Sunday, we are A-OK. It's going to be a beautiful one Sunday with a mostly sunny sky and temperatures that will be actually the coolest New Year's Eve since 2000. So it'll be the coolest, more than 2 decades on New Year's Eve on Sunday with highs in the low 60s. I believe on that day in 2000, it was in the 50s, if I believe, for the high temperature 22 years ago. All right, so 67 on Monday, 23 years ago. 65 on Tuesday, a few sprinkles Tuesday morning, 70 nice next Wednesday. We'll watch a few storms coming in towards the end of next week. Stay with us. We'll recap the news right after this.
Wake up with Fox 35's Good Day Orlando every morning. Join Amy, Ryan, Danielle, David. Jamie tells you what to wear and how to prepare. And Good Day Orlando has the fastest route for your morning commute. More local news every morning. Fox 35's Good Day Orlando. 7-day forecast brought to you by Amco Transmission and Total Car Care Center.
Across the country, millions of pets go missing each year. New Year's Eve in particular always brings a surge in lost pets since those fireworks scare off a lot of dogs and cats. If that happens, of course, it's always a good idea to check local shelters. But as Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie shows us, you can also do something else when every minute counts. Trending tonight, this cat here is taking on a new adventure. Ollie is now a sailing cat. He's believed to be the only cat in history to set sail as part of a boat's crew during the annual Sydney to Hobart yacht race. The cat's owner is a retired Navy officer and describes the cat as an experienced sailor.
On the first day out, sometimes he gets sick, but he hasn't for quite a while, actually. He's pretty much settled to boat life, and as you can see, he knows his way around. He's checking things out. So, yeah, I think he'll be good.
That race is expected to be finished by New Year's Eve, cat and all. Wow. Thank you for joining us tonight for the News Edge at 8 on Fox 35+. News continues tonight at 10 and 11. When you meet Marlisa for the late news, you'll watch a Starlink launch. Have a good night.
Good Day Orlando, weekdays 4 to 10 a.m. for morning people like you.